Doing nothing today. Here we go. Let's go now. Ready?
DA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll complete this one to Watson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 45 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Second and 5. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. The point after is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw here. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Slot man moves right. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
The Bucs at 500 at 6-6. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Those defense for the Packers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
2nd and 3.
Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And the Packers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Let's go now.
He'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, boy, that was something to watch, wasn't it? How about the way these guys came out here in the first quarter? They really put their stamp on this game early with their play calls, and they certainly look good so far.
And that wound up traveling an even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
18 ready. Cowboy 80. Hurt.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. try to run it in, going option right. And he is going to lose yardage here. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds. They'll still have a 3rd and goal now, despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play. It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Point after, up and good, and it's now 14 to nothing.
Packers 14, Buccaneers nothing.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Unlock line.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Got Dobbs over the middle.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson.
31 yards.
And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Packers 21, Buccaneers nothing.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Let's go.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Alert! Reload!
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Touchdown!
Robert Tonyan
from 8 yards out.
And the Packers continue to pull away here in this first half.
Now for the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Packers 28, Buccaneers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw here.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, and they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Inside the 20. Picked off by Jair Alexander. So the fake punt, a daring call this deep in their own end, and the end result, certainly not what they were hoping for.
I have to admit I admire their daring, but I actually would like this play called better if it's between the 40s here. The problem is, even if the ball's not intercepted and it's just incomplete, you're still giving away half a field's worth of possession.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Fourteen-yard line, 2nd and 11.
Eagles, 60 Eagles. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Jet sweep. Here's Watson. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 4th down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. And his kick here is good.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a first carry for their fullback. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
The give to the fullback on the dive. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal at the 2-yard line.
So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The first half, no contest. What will the 2nd half bring? As we are back and underway on EA Sports.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. This will be caught once again by Brown. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. De'Ami Brown halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Bucs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Julian Love picks it.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back and get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here we go.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 33. A gain of 22.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Ready.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he is going to have a Packers first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw here's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And my goodness, another interception. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a give, right side. Riley. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Come on. Hey. On the ball, now. Go.
They'll try and run for it. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. John Franklin Myers has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on fourth down, but come up empty. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
53 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Get it!
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On now is the Packers punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Second and 10.
The tight end in motion right. Second and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one has gone. As